guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so sorry I've been AWOL. If you guys can tell from my voice, I've been sick, and you'll see in the video that my voice is going to start to get bad again, and my eyes are going to start to water. My lighting equipment had some problem, and I couldn't really film without it. The weather's been really bad here as well, so I was basically gone for about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, because of that whole equipment issue that happened. The new product didn't come for a really long time, and then I got really sick, so I was basically on bed rest. So I'm so sorry, but I'm so happy to be back, and I'm going to continue filming and try to get up a video at least 2 to 3 times a week from here on out. So that is the plan. Let's just hope that actually happens. So today, my beautiful friend Sharifaeasmin here on YouTube and I have collaborated to do a back to school makeup look for you guys. She was also one of the top South Asian bloggers to be featured in South Asian Brides magazine along with me and a few other girls here on YouTube. So maybe you guys saw the spread and saw her there as well. Here is a look that she came up with right over here, and she looks beautiful as always. So make sure you guys check out her video. Her link and all that stuff will be down below in my description box for you guys to check out. So my inspiration for back to school actually came from a few things that I used to do when I was actually back in school. So a mixture of things I did in high school as well as college. I've also brought back to show you guys. Of course, products have changed a lot. There are so many better products out in the market now that last much longer that I wanted to use in place of things that I actually used to use back then. But this is a talk through video. I'm going to show you guys and explain to you guys why I'm choosing the products that I have chosen. And the idea is to get, a really long wear out of the products, because usually people are in school for quite a long time. As well as products you don't have to keep retouching, because it really does stay on well. As well as really figure out just a few products for your skin. I haven't used a ton of things at all, and best of all, it took less than 10 minutes to do, and I'm actually speaking to you guys. So if I did it without speaking to you guys, it would take even less time. So if you guys want to see how I got this makeup look, then please keep watching. So the very first thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is prime my face, just because you want your makeup to stay on. I'm assuming that if you are in school, you usually have pretty long hours. I know when I was in high school, I used to begin at 7:30 and end at 2 o'clock. And then of course, if you're taking the bus and stuff like that, you're getting ready a lot sooner. So a primer is really important. This is the MAC SPF 50. Once you've got that soaking in, I'm going to go ahead and use a colored corrector. This is Bobbi Brown's Dark Peach Corrector. I have to use this because otherwise my dark circles just don't get covered. For a lot of you guys, a back to school makeup look is just going to be about covering up that sleepiness, that tiredness, those hours that you guys spent studying as opposed to sleeping. So these steps are actually the most important ones. You don't have to even worry about the color and stuff like that as much as these sort of concealing and correcting types of things. So I've gone ahead and done that. And then the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is zoom you guys into my eyes. I'm going to show you guys really quickly what I like to do. So I'm going to use MAC's Bamboo paint, or Bamboom. And this is a really good option for all those people who don't like to use brushes and think that kind of stuff takes too long. So you're literally going to put this all over your eyelid. I like this color a lot for people of my skin tone, because if you can see the difference in both the eyes, this one has already gotten muted out so much more, and you have a blank canvas to work with. For most of you, this is actually enough. You won't even want to do more, which is actually what I used to do when I was in school. I wouldn't even add anything on top of this, because this has given me that sort of brighter eyelid look anyway, and the color that my eyelids really should be. It's just that mine tend to be a little bit darker. So as you guys can see, we already have a blank canvas. But if you'd like to go one step further, what you can do, which is really, really simple, is just take a dark brown eyeshadow, something that is, quite a bit darker than your skin color. So I'm going to take this one right here, which is Espresso from Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and just any blending brush. So I'm going to use this one right here, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of that and just pop that into my crease. Just like so. This was actually something that I learned on the Tyra Banks show when I think I was a freshman in college, and I loved this little trick because all you're doing is creating a bit of depth. We've canceled out the darkness in our eye, and now we're just going back and creating a little bit of depth. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put on eyeliner. There are two options for this. I like black eyeliner because while it doesn't make you look more awake, it definitely does add to my skin color more, so I prefer black eyeliner. If you are more fair, or even if you are darker skin but you want to look more awake and fresh, then you should go with white eyeliner. Okay, so we've got that on. So now we're going to go ahead and put on the foundation, or in my case right here, we're going to do powder. So what I'm going to first do is I'm going to take Nars's concealer in Caramel. Oh my goodness, my eyes are still watering because I'm definitely not 100% yet. And I think speaking so much is like getting me. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is conceal first where I want, you know, to be concealed. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm using a powder foundation, and in that situation you do have to conceal first because you can't do any liquids on top of a powder. That's why I'm doing this. I've just concealed a little bit. I'm going to push that in with my beauty blender. That already looks so much better. And then I'm going to take Biscuit, which is the shade that's a little bit lighter than Caramel, also by Nars. And this is going to be my under eye concealer. So the reason I'm using this as opposed to my Urban Decay is because the Urban Decay one is so much lighter, which I love to really highlight. But if I'm thinking a normal school look, that's usually not what I would do every single day. So I'm using something that is closer to my skin tone, and that's not going to stick out as much. And remember, powders can oxidize and therefore become darker. So you don't want something that is going to be so light around the eyes, because if you take pictures, you will get those like reverse raccoon sort of look if you do something so much lighter under the eyes with a powder foundation. So with the powder foundation, I think that you should highlight and bring light to your face with powders and not so much with liquids. That's at least like what I've noticed in my pictures and in my experience. So we've definitely got concealer under the eyes, but it's not like too much lighter. Now I'm going to go in my powder foundation. I'm using the MAC Studio Fix foundation in NC42. This is what I used all through college, a lot of my high school years as well, and this really does give awesome coverage. So I'm using a big powder brush like this. I'm tapping off the excess, and I am pressing it into my skin. That's really, really important. Don't just sweep it over your skin. And make sure you get under your eyes as well, and powder over your concealer. Okay, so you've got that on. It's really pretty good coverage, and I'm feeling pretty good. So now I'm going to go in and just highlight and sort of bring in a little bit of depth. So I'm going to use my Anastasia colors. I'm going to go in with this one right here first to highlight, this one right here. And that is Golden Peach. And then I'm going to use Java to contour and things like that. But I'm not really like contouring or highlighting. I'm just, you know, going really quickly and just adding in a little bit of depth and a little bit of lightness. This is the Golden Peach, and I'm using this in areas that I want to highlight a bit. And next I'm using Java, and I'm just using that on my cheekbone area. Okay. And after that, now I want to bring a little bit of a glow to my skin because the powder foundation is drying, right? So I am going to use Nars Craving Blush, which is this one right here. It is that dual intensity blush that I talked to you guys about previously. And I'm going to use this brush right here. And I'm going to pick up quite a bit. I'm going to sweep that onto my cheeks. What I really like about this is that it's a very glowy blush, so for people with my type of skin, where it's oily and therefore it's a little bit difficult to bring that glow, I love products like this. So that's what I'm doing. Now I'm kind of adding the light color as well right on top to really set that glow in place. Okay, and then I am going to highlight quite a bit. I'm using Kevyn Aucoin's Candlelight Highlighter, and I am going to use that right here on the cheekbones. I'm going to bring that up near the brows as well. We are going to finish the brows in a second. And a little bit down the nose, a little bit in the center of the forehead, a little bit of the chin. I just want to look natural and glowy and like a little bit of oils coming through so everything's not looking so dry. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows because that is important. Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. If you have the Brow Wiz, you can definitely use that as well. But I always feel like when you're using like foundation and, you know, makeup, like your brows really have got to get done because then they even look lighter when you've got the rest of your skin done and it doesn't look so good. So that's why I like to quickly fill in my brows. I'm really just not even creating a shape. I'm going with whatever little bit that I have. I'm defining this area because it's a little bit scanty down here. And yeah, just making them a bit darker really. So we've got that, and see how much more that defines your face immediately and makes my face come alive. So next I'm going to go in with my lips. For this part I want to use something that's a little bit more long wearing because I was just not the type of girl who would keep reapplying my makeup as the day went on, in school or now really, to be honest. So I like things that really last. So I'm going to use Whirl Lip Liner by MAC and fill in my entire lip. So I've got that, and then I'm going to go in with Kat Von D's, what is this called? Lovecraft lipstick. This is such a pretty pink, but it is matte, and that is my favorite. It really does last a pretty long time on me. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is mist my face with Glossier's Soothing Face Mist, which is a rose water spray just to hydrate and to bring back some oil onto my skin, which tends to be gone for a little bit when I have powders on. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I did that before mascara because you don't want your mascara to start running. And now we can go in with your mascara. So I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes, and we can go ahead and put on some mascara. So I'm using my Too Faced Better Than Sex. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Your comments and all of that make my day. Don't forget to watch the beautiful Sharifa's video as well to see what she came up with for her version of Back to School. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye!